Alright guys, this finally came today. I've been debating for a good while about ordering it, ever since it came out, and I watched the sort of unveiling videos that they done, sort of 2 or 3 teasers and showed the car. I was kind of sold instantly on wanting it, but I had to go on holiday, well, didn't have to, but I wanted to go on holiday to Florida with the family, which was amazing, and obviously it wasn't cheap, so I kind of didn't want to spend the money on the car before I went. So I came back, had a wee think about it, decided since it's not a cheap car how much I really wanted it, if I wanted to go for it. And I mean, I've got all the other armours. I've got the Mojave, the Limitless, the Outcast, the Notorious. What else have I got? I've got the Typhon as well. So I mean, I've got all the big cars, and this is the kind of the king of them all. So I kind of wanted to get this in the collection, but absolutely delighted. I mean, just try to show you the size of it. Here's a normal 10 scale car that most people can relate to. This is my Kyosho Hellcat, and I mean, if I come back here, you can just see the size difference. It's just absolutely humongous. It's one gigantic car, super heavy too. I think it's about 12-13 kilograms. That's without the batteries in it. So when it's motoring along, it says on the box about 55 mile per hour, but even if it does like 40 odd mile an hour, depending on what batteries you've got, I mean, that's still a lot of weight flying along the road. So I do have to be careful where I go with it. I don't have it near any kids or anything, so I have to kind of really watch where I'm driving it and jumping it and things. But I mean, we'll go over it just now. I chose, well, the missus chose the green when I was looking at where, and I absolutely love it. It's just nice and bright, so I think when you're driving about, it'll really pop. It'll look really good. But I mean, there's loads of reviews on it, so I'll just go quickly over mine. Just give a second now, just to got this camera in my hand, just tighten up the little mount's a bit loose. But basically the body clips here, they've kind of revised them, so it's got like a sort of, when you're putting them on, there's a little plate and you put your pin over, so that keeps the body from getting scuffed, because you know when you put your little pins in and you can scratch your body, it's pretty annoying. And also if it's got a little pin, you have a hard landing, it could pop through, so there's kind of no chance of that happening now. It's got the roof slide bars, the back wings, quite a really thick but flexible sort of plastic, so I think it's got enough give that it would take a really bad landing to snap it. The same with the mount, which I don't know if you can see, it looks quite dull on the camera here, but yeah, it's really well designed body which mounts to the tower. So there's these sort of little notches here, and they sit inside here, so there's no body sliding back and forward or anything like that. So I think unless you're driving it really bad and land on the roof all the time, the body should last you a really long time. The tyres too, if we go over them, they're called D-Boot Copperheads. I mean, they're just massive. I mean, there's my hand. Here's a bit, or sort of medium-sized Red Bull tin, and you can just, gives you an idea of how big the wheels actually are on it. They've got a nice sort of soft rubber compound. It feels firm enough, but it feels like it'll be really grippy, so I can't wait to test that out. And they're 24mm hexes, so any 5th scale car wheels, if you wanted to change them, would actually adapt onto that. But I just kind of like keep mine pretty standard. It's also got, which I wish the Mojave had, it's got the same as what Notorious and Outcast have got. It's got really good bodyguards here to keep you from getting dirt and things inside it. The arms are huge, nice and thick as well, so they look like they'll be pretty tough. So it does look really solid car. And before going anywhere else, I'll just show you the, sorry, my camera moving about, show you the underside. I mean, just the detailing on the metal chassis with the laser printed armour badges and things, little scuff plates, it just looks, so good. I'm really excited about it. Well, that's heavy. But yeah, it's the V1 version I've got. I mean, I think it's just been released, a sort of V1.5 or V2. I don't think it's actually a V2, but what they've done is they've revised this tower base So they've got, instead of the one rod here which goes all the way through to the other side, it's a little short one that mounts onto here and a short one that mounts onto there to strengthen it, so if you do have a bad landing to stop the chassis bending. And I think they've got like a mount clamp system that bolts onto here, so it's like a further brace. But I mean, that's maybe going to matter if you're jumping to the moon and things. I was speaking to Arma about getting one, so I don't know when the stockists have actually got them in, but obviously with this COVID stuff it'll probably not be anytime soon, but I might get that at some point off them to upgrade it to the 1.5 version. But for me just now, I'm not going to be jumping it high enough to really be worried about anything like that. I kind of want to baby this car and keep it as like my sort of top RC. Just absolutely think it's so nice that I just don't want to really ruin it. Or I mean, my other cars, I'm not shy jumping and put them in mud and things, but I really kind of want to keep this as good as I can for as long as I can. But another thing is, well, look at the size of the shocks. Absolutely massive. I think the bars on them are about 5.5mm thick. Springs are really heavy duty. I can't actually push it there because I've got my face, but I mean, it's got nice plush suspension. The motor on it's huge. It's got the 1250 kV Spectrum motor, and the fan on it's massive on the heatsink. I've actually never seen as big a fan on an RC car. The ESC as well, that's a new Spectrum Smart ESC, which I think really is a rebranded Hobbywing Max 6, which I'm familiar with. And because I've got an X01, I've got the programming card, so I kind of know quite a wee bit about that ESC. But on this one, I was looking in the manual, you can actually change obviously the punch level. You can actually do the motor timing, which is quite interesting. Obviously you've got your brake levels. You can change the BEC as well, so your servo, you can actually up the power of it in the settings if you want to, and you can adjust your reverse, etc., and things like that. So there's plenty of adjustability. And with the smart control, if you get the module, you've got all your temperature telemetry. If you get the Spectrum batteries, you can check them when you're driving, and there's loads and loads of options you've got for that, which are good. But what impresses me most is it's got an actual cat pack on it, so that's going to be really good for protecting everything. So I'm really happy about that. It's quite an odd thing though, probably a good thing, but the ESC, the sort of your receiver box and your giant servo and kind of new servo saver, which I'll have to really look at how that goes together in the diagrams. It was a bit odd, but it's all in the one removable unit, so if you have to do anything to them all, it should be quite nice and easy to access. The battery trays too as well. Before I take this out, I'm going to have to extend them because my batteries are a bit longer just now, but they've got bolts underneath and you can slide these back out, so there's a lot more space. So you've got a lot of options of what batteries you can put in and things. What else is there really to say? I'm just really over the moon with it. I mean, a sort of D-pinion mount on the pinion gear there. It's like off the motor there's a flat face on it, so there's a sort of D-shaped sort of pinion, and its flat face sits on the mount with your grub screw so it can't slip. And there's also a little C-clip at the end so it can't come off either, so that's really good. So you've got pretty much no chance of your pinion slipping on this car. Obviously the full metal drive chain, it's got massive diffs, and they're the sort of the curved, I forgot the name, but the curved shaped diffs. It's not the flat up and down ones, so they should bind in quite nice and be extra hardened for strength, so it'll be able to take a bit of a beating. I'm not really seeing any negatives looking at it, to be honest with you. Everything just looks amazing. A lot of people don't like the sort of Arma hub mount system with the balls, but I personally like that a lot, so I'm glad they've kind of kept that. Like I said about the diffs, they're really like easy to access, just a few bolts and you're in there. Yeah, the car is absolutely amazing and I'm so excited to take it out. I'm just kind of smiling away to myself right now just thinking about it. But what we'll do is, see, I'll not go on too much because there's a lot of reviews on this car, but yeah, we'll get out for a video soon and maybe do a wee bit mild bashing to start with, and I'll build up with it and you can get a feel for it. Also, I forgot to say as well, it's got AVC if you want it too, so that's kind of like the Infraction's got that. And if you're watching my videos, I don't use it a lot, but if you're doing like drifting and stuff, if you put on a little bit, it kind of corrects the steering, and you can kind of use it to what level you want to sort of adjust the driving style. So it's a pretty handy feature to have. So it's got absolutely everything. It's definitely the top model of Arma right now. I'm just actually blown away I've got it. It's kind of taken aback even just talking about it. I was just so excited. So as you probably know, I've got a lot of RC cars, but I've nothing this size. Well, apart from I had a petrol car, it was a 5th scale, but that wasn't the best thing, to be honest. Like, I wouldn't get another petrol car. It was just, unless it was maybe a Lossy or that down the line, they seem quite good, but it was a Yamaha cheap make one that I got years ago, and kind of put me off 5th scales. But this is just the real deal. Absolutely stunning car, and yeah, we'll get out soon. So thanks for watching this, guys, and please give me a like, and if you're not subscribed, please do that, and I'll get a video out this very soon. So thanks for watching, see you later, and everybody stay safe, bye.